What up, what up? So, I was gonna record another video. I'll probably record it after this. I was gonna do that video about the 3 times I heard the voice of God out loud. But before I recorded that, or before I was going to record that, I ended up jumping on a website, a YouTube channel. Pastor Steven Anderson, I still watch his stuff. I like his stuff. I can't really find any other pastors that preach as much truth than him, so I've been watching him for years. Anyways, he just did a video earlier. I was in the shower and I caught once I got out the shower, I seen he was live streaming, but I didn't want to watch it, halfway through and miss half the message. So I waited. I did watch like 10 minutes of it, and then I was like, I should really wait till he was done live streaming. So I ended up watching his sermon tonight and the one from earlier today. It's dope. I love when he does 2 videos in one day. The more the merrier. I can never get enough of hearing a good sermons being preached, Oh, maybe I'm just crazy. Anyway, so I watched the sermon, and that I'm still watching it. I didn't finish it yet, but I wanted to do this quick video, and because it's what he preached tonight actually brought back some memories, and I realized that it's sort of like, whether you look at it like this, maybe I'm wrong for looking at it like this. I don't really care. God speaks to people in different ways. One of the ways he speaks to me is through preaching. I might have a question or something, and then lo and behold, I'll listen to a sermon, and there's the answer. So I consider that one way God speaks to his people. So anyways, I don't know, I probably really hesitate on whether or not I'm going to upload this, just because, now what the hell do I care? I don't really care what people think. Why am I caring now? Because I'm in front of a camera? Screw it. Let the world judge me, I don't care. So anyways, I'll put this out, I don't care. But, so a few weeks ago, I was sitting there, I was reading all the news and whatnot, and then it came to memory about something I had done last year that I had done for months, but I kind of forgot about it when this whole virus thing broke out, because, I was concentrating on the news, getting the facts and all that crap. But a couple of weeks ago, it came back to my mind, and I was like, I remembered it, and I was like, and what it was is I was doing a prayer last year. I did it for months. Well, it's not like one prayer, I was doing it over and over and over. Not like every day or anything like that, maybe 2-3 times a month. I don't even know, I wasn't keeping track. I would just pray the prayer when I felt like that. And and then the coronavirus broke out, blah, 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 and I forgot. And then a couple of weeks ago I remembered. And I asked the Lord, I was like, Lord, should I feel bad about that prayer I did? I'm not saying my prayer had any effect on God's decision or what happened with the coronavirus. I'm not stupid. I'm no one. I'm insignificant in this world. I am nothing. I know that. But still, what a coincidence. So I asked the Lord, I was like, Lord, should I feel bad about that prayer? Because I kind of do. Because of all the news I've seen and the pain and suffering that's happening across the world. And the Lord didn't answer me. He doesn't always answer back right away. And God speaks to me in various different ways through his word, through preaching, or another way, but I'm not going to say that right now because it would take me forever to explain that, so I don't sound like a freaking lunatic, and so that other people don't make false doctrines based off of it. But he speaks to me in many ways. So anyways, I didn't hear back from him when I asked him that, when I did that prayer a couple of weeks ago, when I remembered if I should feel bad. So what did I pray about last year? And I don't know exactly how long I prayed this prayer over and over, but I know it was for months, for a long time. And I want to say I stopped praying it in December, late December, or very, very, very early January, I want to say. I don't remember exactly when I stopped praying it, but I'm going to assume I stopped praying it once I first heard about the coronavirus, because, obviously I was focused on that, so that prayer never came back to my head. But before that, I know I prayed it for at least 5, 6, maybe 7 months. So the end of last year, at least from at least from June to December, I did this prayer. And it's not like I just prayed it every night or something like that, no. I prayed it when I I don't know, when I seen this stuff happening in the world and it would start breaking my heart, I would do that prayer. So what was the prayer I did? And I did it over and over. And I don't ever repeat prayers because there's no reason to repeat a prayer ever. At least for me, I don't repeat a prayer. I'll pray a prayer one time. That's it, because I know that I don't need to ask over and over. I don't need to pray the same prayer over and over. Unless it's for somebody's salvation. And then I'll pray that nonstop, and I'll ask over and over and over, and I don't care. If I'm only supposed to pray that prayer once, I will annoy the crap out of God until he answers that prayer when it comes to salvation. So that's about the only time I'll do a prayer over and over and over and over until I see that person saved. And whether it matters or not, I don't know. I don't care. But that's about the only time I do a prayer over and over. But this other time I started doing this prayer, and like I said, I remember this a couple of weeks ago. And what that prayer was out of frustration, anger, and heartbreak. Heartbreak in the sense that I was really getting tired of seeing the evil going on in America and around the world, to be quite frank, but mostly in America. So I would pray, and sometimes I would cry out to the Lord, literally cry out, cry while I'm praying, and ask him and beg him. Sometimes it would be a straightforward conversation with him or a prayer to him in a serious manner, like, Lord, hey, when are you going to do this, huh? So the prayer I did, and I did it a lot for months, it was, Lord, how much longer are you going to allow this crap to keep going on in the world? See, I was getting real frustrated. I was like, look at the evil that's going on. Look at the anger. Look at the politicians. Look at how people are treating each other. This is disgusting, Lord. How much longer? And in my head, I was really thinking about the end times. Like, hurried up. Like, how much longer we gotta wait for Jesus to come back? Like, how much longer are you gonna permit for the world to go on like this? So I didn't just repeat the same exact prayer. It's different every time I prayed it. But the point of it was, like, Lord, I feel like you're not doing anything. I was like, look at this evil running rampant. Look at what's going on. When are you going to do judgment and start punishing those in this world that are hurting other people? People that are just, evil. People fighting and arguing with each other, the hatred that they spew to each other. It aggravates me so much. I hate that. Yeah, and that's righteous anger for you who don't know. I understand what righteous anger is. The Lord's never rebuked me for being angry at evil. So I did that prayer a lot. And I forgot I did that prayer. And a couple of weeks ago, I remembered as I was sitting there, reading the news and stuff. And then, other people, I think I was on another YouTube channel and reading all the comments of his YouTube channel. Another person, not Steven Anderson, but another person. And it makes me want to puke when I read these comments, because I'm just like, look at these fake so-called Christians. And you can just tell by reading their comments who's real, who's not, and who's faking, who's there to just have their own comment read for attention, which was about 85% of all the comments on this dude's channel is just people just wanting to be seen, be heard, have attention drawn to them. Selfishness. And it's disgusting. I can see it from a mile away. It's disgusting. So anyways, I remember I was going through those comments and stuff, and I was looking at the news at the same time and stuff, and then it hit me, and I remembered, oh yeah, I did that prayer asking the Lord, when are you going to do some judgment? When, Lord? How long? How much longer do we got to wait? And a lot of those prayers, I don't know, I can't word it. But I was dead serious about it. And I was getting real frustrated with the Lord, begging him, like, come on, Lord, when, how much longer do we have to wait? We, meaning the children of the Lord. There's a few bad things happening in my life too, so that made me frustrated as well. And then the coronavirus hit. And what's funny is the coronavirus is kind of having the exact result I wanted from God. I know. And again, not saying my prayer had anything to do with it. I'm not anyone special. God ain't gonna freaking release a virus on the world for one person doing a prayer. Although he could. I ain't stupid either. A righteous man's prayer goes a long way. But again, when I asked, and so then I asked the Lord. I said, Lord, should I feel bad? Because, and even from this get-go of this virus breaking out, I understood, because the Lord showed me straight up that this is him and that he is doing this. But I never remembered that I did those prayers. So I never, I was like, oh no, the Lord, his wrath is being poured out. Or judgment, not really wrath, because when it's his wrath, it'll be a lot worse than that stupid coronavirus. But I know what he's doing to the world. If you're a child of God, you should be able to see it. I don't understand why you wouldn't. It's the work of God. It's the hand of God. It's in the Bible too. If you know God, you should be able to understand when he's making a move in the world. So anyways, I understand what's going on. And I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, should I feel bad? I kind of, because I was feeling a little bit guilty, because I'm like, oh man, I prayed that for months. And now it's happening when I remembered it. And the Lord didn't answer me back, which I thought was a little weird, because I'm like, I don't know, I was just expecting him to give me an answer right then and there, but he didn't. And that was a few weeks ago. And then I watched this sermon tonight. I'm going to finish watching it as soon as I'm done making this video. But then I watched that sermon by Steven Anderson in the book of Lamentations, I think it was. And then I remembered I had asked the Lord that prayer a few weeks ago, and the Lord never answered me. And in the middle of watching his sermon, that memory came back to me, that I had asked the Lord if it was wrong of me to do that prayer last year. And just from watching the sermon so far, I have nothing to feel bad about. The Lord's doing what he's going to do. And since I understand why he's doing what he's doing, I don't know, the sermon Steven Anderson preached tonight is just confirmation, and I look at it as that's the Lord's answer to me, and to have a little bit more understanding about why the Lord is doing what he's doing. Even though I know why, it's always better to have the Word of God verify what you believe to be true, and it's just, it's better that way. So Steven Anderson's sermon tonight, reading out of the book of Lamentations, just 100% verifies what I already expect, what I figured was the truth. But again, you never go based on what you think is the truth. You always go by the Word of God. So, I'm kind of happy that the Lord is doing judgment on the world, especially America, because that was mainly my focus in my prayers last year, was just the way Americans treat each other. Disgusting. And the hypocrisy by those who call themselves children of God, you know. Now, don't get me wrong, plenty of children of God don't live right. You know, I'm not condemning them or anything. I'm one of them. I don't think I'll ever live right. I'm a sinner. I always sin, and I hate it. And I always find myself apologizing to the Lord, asking Him for forgiveness. Because I always seem to sin again and again and again and again. And I don't want to, hurt my Jesus. I hate sinning. Anyways. And part of the reason why I've never feared this stupid virus is because I know it was from God. And I already knew who the virus was going to target. So I never had fear of it. Not once. People probably thought I was crazy in the Discord channel when asking me if I'm getting ready for it. If I'm, if I got a mask and all that crazy crap. Remember I had a talk with a female. And she asked me if I had, a mask or whatever. If I was getting all ready, because I was telling everybody what kind of protective gear they needed. And I told her, I was like, no, I'm not. And I explained to her why. One, because I don't fear disease or sickness or any of that. Why would I? I've never been sick. And, don't interpret what I say the wrong way. I've never been sick. Never had the flu. I guess a couple of years ago I did have the flu, but I guess I had it while I was sleeping, from what my sister told me. I don't remember, but she said when she came in the room or whatever and I was sleeping, I was shivering or something. I don't really know. Actually I did have the flu once, but that's another story. I had a stomach virus because I said God himself can't even get me sick. Oh, I got sick in a couple of hours. I think I said that in another video. But I mean, other than that, I don't even know what the hell the flu feels like, to be honest. Shaking, and what else do you guys feel? What does the flu do to people again? I'm gonna have to Google it. I don't remember what it makes people feel like, but I know it makes you guys feel like crap or something. I don't know. Anyways, it's turning into a 20-minute video. My bad. I'm not gonna edit this because I'm just gonna upload it real quick because I want to get back to listening to the sermon. After I'm done listening to the sermon, I'm gonna make the video about hearing the voice of God and spending time editing that, so it's not like a 40-minute video like I tried to do the first time, and it never saved. So, later.